Okay guys, now this is a whole bunch of mixing cups. To be exact, there's 20 of them. 5 sets of 4. Christmas presents for all my girls. So I'm going to show you how I made these. But first, I'm going to do it. This video is going to be a little different. I'm going to start it off at the back, at the rear. Normally you show finishing last. Well, I'm going to show finishing first because I got a new technique I'm using, new to me anyway, and it really works well. And I'm going to show it to you in real time so you can see how long it takes. No editing. If there's any blurps or bleeps in it, I'll leave them there. So let's get on with it. I'm out here again because my wife's mad at me. She, you know, I got a big mouth, I guess. But anyway, she went past her in the bedroom the other day, and she was standing there in front of the mirror looking at herself. And you know, I walked by and she says, "You know, it's so sad that, you know, I used to have such a pretty body and stuff, and now it's just all gone south." And I just said, and you know, kept walking. She said, "At least you could say something that would make me feel a little better." And I said, "Well, your eyes are still good." So, guess where I'm at. Let's get on with making this thing. Bye. Now, what I want to show you now, from start to finish, no editing, real time, if I can help it, you know, unless there's really a blurb up of some sort that I have to edit, but I'll try my best not to. I'm going to show you how I finish this. Now this is one of the handles. This would be number 11, 8, 12, 13. It's number 13 right here, and it's sanded down now to 400 and topped off with a green Scotch-Brite pad. Okay, that's where we're at. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put sanding sealer on it. And what I use, and it never fails, every video, somebody in the comments will say, "What kind of sanding sealer do you use?" Even though I mention it 3 or 4 times, but I buy it by the gallon. In fact, I need a new gallon. This is MinWax Sanding Sealer. It's water-based. And I've been using it for years, and I wouldn't even consider anything else. It just does the job for me. Might not for you, but it does for me. Well, anyway, always keep it in this old jar, and sometimes it gets dirty. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to soak it down. Now, I'm very liberal with it. I'll just come in here and just really lay it on it with a brush. I'll let it sit there a minute or so. Maybe not even that long. I'll come in here with a paper towel and sort of clean it up just a little, not a whole lot, because I want it to soak in as much as possible. Remember now, this is being shown real time. All right, that's, you know, what I'm accomplishing here is trying to get any of the white off without, you know, removing too much of the sealer. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a hot air gun. I'm going to turn it on. I got the fast belt on, so don't go too slow. And we'll do this for about a minute. This stuff sets up very quickly. This is basically how you do a pin. I very seldom turn a pin. I find I don't much care to do it. All right. Check it to make sure it's dry. It is, and it's rough feeling because a water base will raise the grain. So I'm going to come in here with a piece of 400. Very lightly. You can sort of tell when the color changes, that's about all you really need to do. Pretty much got it. I'm going to come in here with my Scotch-Brite pad, and I'm going to whirl it pretty fast. Back on 2851. Alright, that'll get it. Run it off. Feels good. And you can use denatured alcohol or something like that if you want to. That's what I use. Now I'm going to put 2 coats of this on it. This is Varathane Polyurethane, and it's also water-based. I like water-based because I'm lazy. I don't like to have a bunch of cleanup. So I'm going to take and put 1 coat at a time on this. And I'm doing basically the same principle right here. Just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. It don't bother me that I waste some. Alright, I'm going to whirl this up just a little. I'm going to get that little bit of white extra off of there. Alright. I'll come in here with this again. Okay, we're going to do the same thing one more time. See the steam coming off it, that's all right. Good dry. Now I'm going to take some 4/0 steel wool, and I'm going to whirl it pretty fast. You will grab this out of your hand, so make sure you hold it like this, because if this wraps around there, it'll pull it out in a heartbeat. And I'm going to whirl it fast now. All right. See how that looks? Pretty good. All right, now I'm going to take Axe sanding paste right here. If you can read it, Axe abrasive sanding paste. I got a link in the description, and I'll put one in the video because you TV watchers can't see the descriptions. And that's a wore out piece of old Scotch-Brite pad. I've been using it for God I don't know how long. Anyway, I'm a little bit liberal with it. And being as, you know, this is still warm, it melts it in a little bit. And you want to do it while it's still warm. Because you want that effect. See how it just sort of melts it in right there? And it's also with, you know, like penetrating. That's all of that you'll need. I'm not hurrying, guys. I'm just moving at my normal pace. Wednesday, they blow the tornado sirens every Wednesday at high noon. You can hear it rubbing. Okay, now I'm going to turn it up. Stand aside because it'll sling a little bit of it. You don't want to get it on your glasses, although this will clean off, unlike CA. Alright. Using a paper towel. Now here's where I differ. I leave this wet spot right there, and I really give her help. Okay, right now I am at 3366 where I'm turning. What I'm doing now is I'm melting all that. It has beeswax in it. This also disintegrates any of the grit that's in it. I'm putting pressure on it. I really want it warm. Alright, I'm going to hit it just a hair clean just in case. You ain't getting nothing now. Alright. Look at that shine. Now, this is the polishing paste, Axe Polish and Restoring Paste. And it has carnauba wax in it and beeswax. And I will put it on here a little bit liberally. And I always just do it like this with my fingers. There you go. That ought to get it right there. And I will whirl it up a little bit. Slow. I'm doing this just to make sure I got a good smear. I'm going to use the same principle. I'm going to stay on the wet spot right here. Okay, now we're going to go on all the way up to I'm at 3,000 even money. little bit of this just to make sure. Here you go, fellas. It's done. That's it. There you go. Where'd it go? There it is. Turn the zoom off here. There's no way you're going to beat that with anything. That is just basically like a CA finish. So there you go. Beginning to end of finishing. All right, I got 9 more to go, and I'll be done with these things. Get a little tired of them, I have to admit. All right, see you. It's time to start making Christmas presents again. So I decided to make a set of measuring cups for all my girls. So I bought 5 kits from Penn State. Look like that. And there's the nice little cups. They're real. They're very nice. So anyway, you got to make a handle for each one of them. It's just like making a pen, which, you know, I don't like making pens. I made a ton of them, but I just got tired of that. So anyway, there's 4 cups per kit, and I got 5 kits, so I got to make 20 of these things. But you know, I had it in my head that there was 5 cups. I didn't even open a box. So I made a whole bunch of blanks here. These are honey locusts over here. You know, I made them out of cutoffs and stuff. And these are walnuts, so I got my choice. So I'll be going through and picking the prettiest ones and make them all. You have to have certain things. You'll need a mandrel. So there's one right there. You need a barrel cut off, a 7mm barrel cut off. You'll need a 7mm drill. And I noticed it doesn't say so in here in the instructions, but I noticed all the barrels in there they're all shiny, so you'll have to have sandpaper. You got to rough them up. And of course, when you drill these and put them in, you'll need some sort of glue. I'm going to use Star Bond Thick CA right there. I'm going to guarantee it hold them. I don't use accelerator with these. In fact, I try not to use accelerator at all. But you know, sometimes I have to. I think it makes it brittle. But you know, I could be wrong about that. It's just what I'm thinking. But I've got, I think I got everything ready. So I'm going to try to sort of like do this 4 at a time. Set it up like an assembly line. So what I'll be doing is I'll be drilling holes, and I'm going to drill them on the lathe. And here's a chuck I'm going to use. This is how it's going to be set up right here. I can't see the screen very good. It got a glare, so I hope I'm in it. So I'll set them up in the chuck right there and set up the Jacobs chuck with the 7mm drill. I'll drill them, glue them, and then go to the house. So let me get set up on that and we'll do it. I'll be turning these at about 3 bills. 300 RPM. Let's see what we can do here. Locks off in there. I always wear a glove on my left hand. Like I've said before, if this comes off and you have to grab it, they don't feel too good. What am I turning? I got 240. That's about right. Let's see what we got going here. This is a Forstner bit. No, it's not. Brad point. This is a Brad point. Sorry guys. And I guess you better back it out. Well, this is the next step. You notice these are slick. Well, you don't want them slick. So you need to, let me get a small piece of paper rather than trying to handle that. Oops. You want to rough them up. You just want to sort of get the shine off of them. All right. You do that. Now I use a pencil. Put it in a pencil like that, and that way that's how you slide it in. But what you want to do is put some glue on it. And slide her in. Make sure you get it all the way in. Okay. That's step 2. All right, we're ready for the next step, which is to trim these up. They're all good and dry. Square them up down to the brass tube. And for that, we use this little thingamajigger here. It's called a barrel trimmer. And you can see it's got like a little cutting edge right here on the tip, right there. And what that does, this rod goes into the brass tube in case you got any glue inside, it cleans it out. Then you got this other cutter here, right here. There you go. And that cleans it down to the edge of the brass tube. All right, let me show you how it works. Now, you can just use a plain drill press or anything. I mean, I'm here and handy, so I'm going to just use my lathe to do this. Now, well, I moved my barrel trimming operation to the drill press because I just couldn't see what I was doing on the lathe. But here's we got 4 of them done, but here's the rest of them. All drilled with tubes in them. So I'm just going to go ahead and assembly line do it. And I think I'm going to try it without this and just use a glove because I think it'll be all right. Let me see what we're doing. Here we go. I believe I can hold that all right. Cleaned out any of the CA you got in there just in case anyway. Now I'm going to go back to plan 1. It's just a little too hard to hold and I was afraid it's going to slip on me. So I'm just going to use these big old channel locks. I bet I can hold it with these. Getting it down quite a way, that might have should have trimmed it. There you go. And down to the brass right there, and that was down to the brass. All right, we're getting ready to whirl these things up. Okay, this apparatus right here is a mandrel. Most pin turners know what they are, but I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't pin turners. And the way it works is that you put this thing here called a bushing. You put this bushing on right here. All right, and then you take your pin blank and you put it on, right like so, and you put the other bushing on. And the purpose of the bushings is that tells you what your ends are going to be too. You'll turn it down to there. Now I always put a couple of spacers because I just sort of like to give myself a little more room. So you see I got 2 spacers on each end there. And then this will go into the live center, and it will compress the 2 together. This will go into the drive-in, like so. And this one will go like so. And like that. And you snug it. You don't kill it, you just snug it. There you go. Might still be a little loose. That ought to get it. Now you're going to have to turn this at high speed. I don't know if you have to, but I am. This is another homemade rest I made. This is right here. This is actually 1/4 of a piece of pipe that I cut off, and that's a drill bit I welded onto the top. And you hear that? It's a little rough right there, so we need to smooth it up. Just use some sandpaper for that. There you go. Feels pretty good. It also lets you pull your rest back a little bit in case you don't have a double barrel rest like a banjo like I have. I don't know what I'd do without it sometimes. Get it? Boy, it sure is a dinky thing. I ain't used to turning dinky things. This is a little thingamajigger here that goes into the butt end of it. You start it with your fingers just a little, then you want to bring this up here, then there, tighten that down and press it in. There you go. That's all it is to it. Now you got this other thing. Can you see this? Little bitty thing there. You see right here? It's got a little bitty place on it right there. So you got to bring it in right there. And Butterfingers me will probably drop it before it's over. There you go. Take off a little bit. There you go. Let's see if I can press it in just a little more. There, that's better. Now, this one screws onto here. And we got these things here, rings. And they may be a little harder to do. Nah. Ooh. There. All right. There you go, there's one. A little hanging ring right there, see? Here's my favorite one right here. I like that spalting in that honey locust. That's really pretty. And of course the rest of them are, they're not any slouches. If I can get it where you can see it a little better. Oh, be still. Yeah, there's some light right there. That's pretty nice here. Okay guys, well if you like what I do, subscribe, tell your friends, share it and all that kind of stuff. Give me a like, I'd appreciate that. I'm about to get back in the groove of things, so I'm just going to start speeding up a little bit now. So, you know, take care of yourself and call your mama. Catch you later.